So today we're making souvlaki. Souvlaki is basically meat on a stick. It's a Greek shish kebab. It's a typical street food that's served in Greece. It's typically made of pork, but it can be made from other meats. Chicken is becoming pretty common. You can't go wrong with lamb, ever. But today we are going to stick with pork. So the first thing you need is a marinade. So I'm starting with 3 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. Then I'm going to add a tablespoon of raki. Raki is a Turkish liquor. I'll show you the bottle here. This is one version of raki. You could use ouzo, but I actually like the flavor of this better. Sometimes it might be hard to find, so you could use ouzo or something else. Next, I'm going to add 1 large clove of garlic, smashed and minced. Then I'm going to put in half of a tablespoon of smoked paprika, what the Spaniards call pimento, and then a teaspoon of salt, and 2 shakes of tabasco. Shake 1, shake 2. There we go. All right, now I'm going to whisk that up, like so. Make a nice marinade out of it. It's pretty thick. It's going to coat the meat really nicely. All right, so I'm done with that. I got pork here. So I want to cut this pork into, like about 1-inch cubes. It's, not exact. This happens to be a boneless pork chop. Doesn't have to be. It could be a piece of shoulder. It could be whatever. So I'm just going to cut this up into about 1-inch cubes. Now you notice I did not put any lemon in the marinade. You don't have to put lemon if you use Greek yogurt. That's a little thing. The Greek yogurt will serve the same purpose as the lemon, adding a little bit of an acidity to it. So I'm just going to cut these cubes up. There we go. All right, you don't have to be exact. I got this mixed up, and I'm just going to throw them in here. You see how they're going to get coated really nicely. Grab a spoon, move them around. And that's all there is to it to get this thing started. So this is going to sit, I'm going to, cover it up. I'm going to let it sit in the fridge for a few hours. And then we'll go on to the next step, which is just the cooking part. So we'll see you in a little bit. Oh, so the meat's been marinating for a while. And now I'm just going to take it out of here and rub some of the excess off. We don't want too much because then it would just burn on the griddle. So I rub this off. Okay, and we're ready to go. All right, so I'm going to put these now on a skewer, a couple of skewers here. Just slide them right on. Now I'm using bamboo skewers. You can use metal, but if you use bamboo skewers, you should definitely soak them because they might, in theory, catch fire. If they get too hot, especially if you're cooking over an open flame. In this case, I'm cooking over this griddle over here. You can use a griddle like this, or you can cook them over an open flame. Put those on to cook. And this is going to take a little time, but I'm going to show you one way to possibly serve them. Now, these can be served a lot of different ways. You can serve them on, obviously, typically it would be on a pita. You could put some fresh vegetables if you wanted to, and you could then put some tzatziki sauce on it. That's the traditional sauce that they use in Greek cooking. So, but the other way to do it is you could serve them over saffron rice with grilled vegetables. So sometimes they put the vegetables right on here. I don't recommend that because they will cook at different rates. If you want to have cooked vegetables to go with this, put them on their own skewers and cook them, themselves, so that you can take each vegetable off and take the meat off when it's done. Now, as I said, it's going to take a little while for this to cook, but I'm going to show you today a way to serve them, an easy way to eat a small bite. And now what I have is one piece that I've already cooked that's ready to go. And I'm going to use on these spoons. I really love these spoons. You've probably seen them in other videos I do. I like it for like a little hand, one-handed bite thing. So I'm going to use one of these, and I'm going to put a little romesco sauce in the bottom here. If you want the recipe for the romesco sauce, you're going to have to go back Go back and look at my episode 26 where I did the lamb tenderloin, and you will see the recipe for the romesco sauce. So I'm going to take the one piece that I have already cooked. I put the sauce down. I put the piece of meat on top. Now I'm going to put a little bit of shaved fennel. So you see I'm going to shave some fennel here. Very, very thin shaved fennel. There you go. You see how thin I made that. I'm going to put a little bit of shaved fennel on top. That. I'm going to turn these over. I did spray this, by the way. I sprayed this first. A little bit of this grilling spray. It's not really super necessary, but it's helpful. All right, I got the shaved fennel. I am now going to a little bit of tomato. So I take this tomato and just a little. I'm going to take a half of one of these tomatoes. I'm going to put that here. And a little bit of lemon zest. All righty. Hold please while I eat this. Bear with me. The flavor is really good. The meat was cooked. Romesco sauce goes very well with this. The meat, you pick a little bit of that heat up, a little bit of the smoked paprika, really nice flavor. Then you got that little fresh vegetable on top, a little bit of lemon zest. So that's it, folks. That's the little souvlaki, my version of a souvlaki. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll try it, and we'll see you next time.